Hello, everyone. Fancy seeing you here. I think it's time to celebrate another two signings. That's what I think it is. Oh, best believe. Best believe I've got them on. Charlie, you listen. You listen in streams. Best believe these were always gonna come out. We have to celebrate the highs when they come. We have to. Because guess what? They don't come very often. At West Ham United. They don't. But this transfer window has got me feeling different. So listen, the £5 shades are on. At least I think they were £5. But they're on. And there's a big reason why they're on. Can you read the title? Are Juventus? Get your fucking money up. Get your money up. We're going to get into everything today. Everything. If you see the title, Todibo, Wan-Bissaka, Celta Vigo, we're going to get into everything. You must like the video. You must, because we are under 30 subscribers away from 500. And best believe these shades are going to stay on for that 500 subscriber Q&A celebration. It might be too early, but boy, I thought we looked good today. Oh, best believe we did. I was at the game today. Exactly. You'll never, ever sing that. By the way, the last two Betway Cups, who were winners? West Ham United. Juventus! Come outside. Pop the champagne. Please, Juventus, please come outside. You must. You're paying this money for midfielders and other players as well. I'm seeing you're interested in Raheem Sterling. So how come you couldn't pay the P's for Todibo? How come? You ain't got it like that. You can see in the glasses the reflection of the StreamYard thing. I just noticed. As soon as Todibo and Wan-Bissaka play, our defensive issues are sorted. Ah, man. And guess what, guys? Apparently, we're not done. After Wan-Bissaka, we are not done after that. Pick up Johnny. Oh, man. Do you know what? This was a birthday gift from my friends. They got me a full West Ham outfit. So I thought I'd whack the bucket hat on today because my hair's a mess. Yes, John. It is crazy times, not going to lie. Warrior, if you were in the stream yesterday, you would know the glasses were always going to come out. The glasses were always going to come out as soon as the Todibo thing was announced. And yes, Paquetá is truly back. And yes, W friends indeed. Oh, guys, isn't life good? Isn't it good, man? Mike's did a Lewis. Do you know what? I think Lewis probably has better shades than this. I'm sure he does. But yeah, do you know what? He literally added me onto the Shameless podcast, so I forgot to embrace the brand of being shameless because I've never done it before. But we're feeling good today. A W fit, by the way. I appreciate it, John. What the fuck are those glasses? You know what? These are just from Primark, bruv. I was in Greenwich for someone else's birthday, and I needed sunglasses for the summer, so I bought these. And they look fucking stupid. I look like Side. You know Gangnam Style? You know the fat Asian man? I look like him. I love that. I love that shirt. You're wearing one of my favorites. Yeah, again, another birthday gift, but this was from last year. So again, W friends once again. Yeah, this is what I always wanted a Dagenham Motors West Ham shirt. So I thought I needed to get one, and I've been wearing this ever since. I wore it in the Do All West Ham Fans Think Alike video on the Georgia Killian channel as well. Hello. Well, big up Blank as always. Somerville looked very solid when he came on. Yes, for the few times that we gave him the ball, he looked like he was going to fit in like a glove. And I haven't even got into anything yet. We're 5 minutes in. I haven't got into anything yet. But I have to embrace the shamelessness, guys. I have to embrace it. Because you know when big clubs come calling, Guess what happens? They become West Ham United players. Champions of Europe. We should still sing Champions of Europe this season because Leeds fans still sing Champions of Europe. And that happened about 500 years ago. Speaking of Leeds, they struggled to win today against Portsmouth. I guess they were missing someone. I guess they were missing a certain Crescencio Somerville. And you know what's funny? You can literally see the StreamYard thing in both of the lenses of the glasses, but fuck it, man. Big up to yourself, John. Big up to yourself. Rodriguez is silky as fuck. Wants to play for free as well. I was very impressed with Guido Rodriguez today. I'm going to give him a season to settle in no matter what age you are, if you have never played in the Premier League before. But if Edson Alvarez is absent for the near future, which hopefully he'll be back very soon, and he'll join the first team soon, then I am happy for Guido Rodriguez to step in his place. There's another midfielder that I'm not necessarily happy to play alongside him, that's for sure, who didn't impress me today again. Number 28 was terrible today. I'm going to address players that I don't like by their number like every other YouTuber does now. Let me get closer to my mic. Number 3 came on and he made everyone look worse. Number 5 and number 28 played too much of that game. They played the whole game. I don't want to see them against Aston Villa, but I have a feeling that Souček will play for the time being. Yes, exactly, FIFAzilla. Exactly. But guys, should we get into the news that happened today? I'm going to talk about the game as well, don't get me wrong. Or should I talk about the game first? Let me know. Do you want me to talk about Todibo or the game first? Because I went to the game. I sat at row 2, so I saw a bit of vision. We scored some great goals. And I woke up to a great Todibo announcement. I was already awake, obviously, but you want to talk about Todibo first? Let's talk about Todibo first. Let's present my screen. Now, if you have been living under a rock, let me educate you. West Ham is delighted to announce the signing of France international defender Jean-Claire Todibo. The 24-year-old joins the Hammers from League One club Nice on an initial season-long loan with an option to make the transfer permanent in summer 2025. Now, according to ex-West Ham employee, this option will turn into an obligation way before January. So this guy's a West Ham player, and he said goodbye to Nice, so even he knows he's going to be a West Ham player next year. And for all the stupid Manchester United fans, no, you cannot buy him in January or next year, because I don't know why you're hyping Ineos so much, but they are not geniuses. I can tell you that for sure. But this is a very good coup. This is signing of the window, if I do say so myself. Mainly because this guy was touted by clubs that are a bigger caliber than us. But we managed to get him on a season-long loan, and we're going to pay most of the money, obviously, and in the years to come, which is how transfers work. But we don't have to pay any money until next year, apart from loan fees and whatever. But Ineos Glaze is crazy. They've signed 2 players, exactly. And even with Mazarari and De Ligt, there's still only 4 players, and you still got a long way to go with your squad. You still got Harry Maguire. You still got McTominay. Luke Shaw is injured all the time. You still got McTominay. You still got Rashford. You still... Listen, Bruno Fernandes played all right today, because I watched the Community Shield after. I had it recorded. And don't get me wrong, he didn't do bad. But he's not consistent. And you've got Rasmus Højlund up front. And you've still got Mason Mount, who is dog shit. Man U are so overhyped. Yep. I agree. Hopefully nobody tells him to break a leg before the game. I hope not. Todibo is a don. He is a don. He is a don indeed, bro. Evans with the longest neck in the world. Pause. Sufa and Ged. Oh yeah, Ged, by the way, and losing the ball once again for another goal. Unless Lopetegui can, put some juju into him, he's not going to go anywhere as a footballer anytime soon. And by the way, guys, for the time being, I am tempted to wear these shades for the rest of the transfer window. Unless we lose against Aston Villa, I am so tempted. You probably won't see my eyes in August. I said unpause. Yeah, you don't give a fuck. Fair enough. Again, clearly wasn't educated how to clear a football as a kid. He was taking way too long at the ball. Taking way too long. That's why Max Kilman showed him how to play football today. I guess we're going to talk about everything in one. we'll talk about the game, Todibo and Wan-Bissaka all in one, I guess. But Max Kilman was brilliant today. Apart from one pass where he gave away the ball, he was brilliant. Because what we are looking to do is defend high up on the pitch. And the best thing to do is not get beat 1v1. Pause. And yeah, he didn't. He outstrengthened teams. He won the ball. And yeah. Was this from a month ago, David? Because we reacted to it on the channel. If it's a recent video, then I will react to it. I'll try and do another reaction video. But if it's one that came out a month ago, then I have already reacted to the thing. Yeah, only Paquetá can play those passes. We'll get onto Paquetá as well because he's back. Nice fans were saying Todibo owns Mbappe. Do you know what? I'll take that into account because we need to be way better defensively. And as much as I'm not completely sold on Aaron Wan-Bissaka, if there's one thing he's good is being him defensively. Okay, it was today. Okay, so what I'm gonna do after this stream, mate, is I'll do a reaction video, and I'll have it for the next couple of days with new signings except Todibo. Okay, all right, because I've already reacted to a James Lawrence Alcott video before, so I will have that video the next couple of days for you. Mavro looked good. Saw people saying he played bad. He played okay, in my opinion. He was okay. He only played 45 minutes. I do think that him and Sufal cannot play together on the same right-hand side. But I think Sufal makes people look worse than they actually are. I'm hoping as soon as Aaron Wan-Bissaka gets signed, he plays. I want him playing straight away. I want him starting against Aston Villa because they've got dangerous players down that left-hand side. I didn't mind Mavropanos. I didn't mind him. I expect more from him this season, and I have a feeling that, you know, he's gonna deliver. Kilman got caught out a few times in the first half, slipped behind him, but was better second half. I liked him overall. I think there was a situation, actually, to be fair. He should have read one of the crosses that came in, one of the early crosses that they put in, but yeah. Feel bad for Todibo. Juve fans are disrespecting him. Yeah, it wasn't his fault. I don't know why they're blaming him. Blame your shitty fell-off club. Blame your washed club. Absolute washed club. Thiago Motta is not going to save you, my friends. Oh, by the way, Nice are bigger than Lyon. They are way bigger than Lyon. Just thought I'd put that out there. Was very good, dude. Well, Mavropanos? I think he was good. I think he was okay. I think he will be a good player this season as well. Another Poundland club, exactly, bro. Bro, Juventus are just a B-Tech Notts County. Notts County are bigger than Juventus. Notts County are better than Juventus. How about that? They're a better club. Yeah, first half was better than the second half, Josiah. It's also because we had a lot of the players that we had in the first half are way better than the players we had in the second half. Juve got hijacked. Tim is cooking. Yeah, Juve, run your peas, man. What, Todibo? If you're asking Todibo, I think 24. It says 24 in here. But if you're asking about someone else, I don't know. Pac-Man was banging today. Pause. Yeah, he was banging. I don't know who he was banging, but he was banging someone. He was banging their whole defense. Those balls over the top, pause, were superb. Like, that final ball to Bowen, the link-up play with Antonio and Bowen to Paquetá, you know, like play like Prime ever said, as my guy Jamie said on Twitter. They were brilliant. Paquetá is going to be key to how this football is played. And as I said before, Mohamed Kudus, I don't think he's the best on the left, but he can still play good. I think he really stood out again today, and he got better as the game went on. The defenders cannot handle Mohamed Kudus. They cannot. You got to quadruple up on him to even try and get the ball off him. What I do think as well, a lot of the players that were passing to Kudus weren't giving him good enough passes, in my opinion. Yeah, 24 is not bad at all, especially for a centre-back. You've got a lot of years ahead of you, so we can still get quite a lot of years ahead of him, and then he can move on to a bigger club in the future, as long as we get our money as well. And it doesn't seem like he's a guy to throw his toys out the pram. Staying composed, staying respectful to Nice, despite wanting the Juventus move. I can see the vision. First 45 minutes, Lopetegui ball with Sufal Suchek tax. I agree. I can see what we're doing. Put Wan-Bissaka in there. Put Alvarez in there. And we should be fine. Now, yeah, Kudus terrorizes defenders. More good news happened today. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. Because I need to find the bookmark first. I think I accidentally clicked on the video. Hold on. Yeah, we do need outgoings, David. We do. I think Ings, as we discussed before, Ings, Suchek, and Maxwell Corday, they all need to go, man. They all need to go. But a lot of good news has happened today, guys. It's been another great day to be a West Ham United fan. And let's stay on Todibo for a bit. Because guess what? He was at the game today with man like King Tim. I want to big up West Ham Network for the tweet. Tim watching with the new boy. Todibo is right there, boy. Todibo is right there. Watching how he's like, you man are shit. I'm coming here to save you. When he's talking about the defenders. You know what? He's like, he looked at the defense today. Was like, yeah, I'm going to start. I'm going to start. Max Kilman, don't worry. I got you. I got you. Don't worry about it. We're going to lock up attacks together. Now, I'm hoping that we don't get some West Ham Juju and John Duran comes on and scores against us next week. I doubt he'll be in the squad, but you never know. But I'm looking forward to the game against Aston Villa. I hope we really surprise people. I'm hoping we take it. I hope we take games by storm. I hope we take it to people and really show our attacking impetus. You know, the new football that we're playing and stuff. We have some structure involved. Listen, I don't care if Central made of like, if it was Central being funny, it's still West Ham Central. I will not be sharing any tweet from him. But yeah, that could happen, Charlie. That could happen. I won't be surprised if we signed Duran after the Villa game. I think that was the main thing that they wanted us to wait. We didn't want to budge. We needed a striker. And Nicholas Falkirk didn't really get the ball enough today. So I can't really judge him too much. Also, he missed a penalty. We're not going to take that too much into account. However, we didn't get the ball enough. So I can't really judge his performance today. But I'm hoping he gets more service as time goes on. And I'm hoping we up the intensity because the intensity needed to be up today. It needed to be, turned up a notch. The tempo needs to be a lot quicker as well. We need to move the ball quicker. Ward-Prowse and Suchek, that midfield, obviously, that like them two together is bad enough. Like, because I don't actually mind Ward-Prowse, but he probably doesn't have the physicality. But him playing with Suchek is terrible. We don't look ready, unfortunately. I don't think we played enough games in pre-season. I think it's going to take time as always, but I think it was always going to take time. But I think we'll be fine. I just don't think we're going to get Europe this season. Todibo watching the game thinking, shit, I'm not going to struggle to get into this team. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's 1 a.m. where I'm at. Catch you guys later. Okay, big up Blank. Big up yourself. Have a nice day. But let's get on to even better news today. Well, not even better, but just as good news. Because the Todibo, I don't think we're going to top Falkirk and Todibo and Somerville this window. That's a very high standard to top. Put the link in for me for what, David? What, the James Owens Holcourt video? But we're going to get on to another bit of breaking news. Well, not breaking news that as in like it just broke now, but news that broke 8 hours ago. And we've been waiting weeks. We've been waiting 2 or 3 weeks for this. I put it in, lol. Wait, did you put the link in earlier? Or Somerville glides with the ball, wants to see more of him. I do want to see more of him. I want him to start. I wanted to play Todibo with Kudus. because I think we'd be even better. But I get physicality, balance, and all that stuff. And I don't know whether today was the day of playing players that were in tournaments, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Um, I'm hoping that Lopetegui sees that Souček isn't good enough for this West Ham United side. It definitely isn't good enough to be a starter. I'm not going to take pre-season lineups too seriously just yet. We're going to wait until the Premier League to fully judge and see if he goes with the same thing or he changes it up. But let's get into this quickly. Our Wan-Bissaka to West Ham is finally on here we go stages. The verbal agreement in place for right back to join West Ham from Man United as planned. Understand medical tests place booked on Sunday, apparently Sunday afternoon. Fee will be 15 million. Man United authorised Aaron Wan-Bissaka to travel. Mazraoui joining Man United. Finally, fucking finally. This is why the glasses are staying on for the time being as well, because we have finally addressed the right back position. I wanted this addressed about 2 weeks ago. I wanted this maximum addressed last week, but it's finally happened, and it should have been done a long time ago. But it was the loyalty bonus that was keeping this deal, all of that stuff happening. I don't know who's ended up paying that in the end, so I don't know the details. I don't know who has actually confirmed that deal for the loyalty bonus to be paid off for him to end up joining us. But guys, what thoughts on the Wan-Bissaka signing and thoughts on our transfer window so far? Because apparently we're signing more players. Anyone else is a bonus indeed, because guess what, David? Apparently we're still in for players. Apparently we're not done there. So who do you think, not even who, what positions do you think we're still after? Because I know a lot of you still want Duran. I know a lot of you still think Duran is going to happen, and maybe Duran and Fofana. But, oh no, this is the wrong tweet. Hold on. This is the wrong tweet. But Aaron Wan-Bissaka, good defensively. We'll see what he can bring under a new coach and whether he could get more out of him than I think. So he might be able to prove me wrong, because I'm not totally convinced. However, the point is we have addressed the position. We have addressed nearly every position that we need. That is the point. So let's... I'm trying to find the tweet. I can't even find it. Hold on. But ex-West Ham employee did put out another tweet. He put out another tweet saying that our business is not done here. Apparently, according to him, in his words, it's going to be an exciting few weeks. Well, striker so Ings can be removed. I think we need to remove Ings first for another striker. But I think judging from today as well, Antonio will be playing a big part. So any more business after Aaron Wan-Bissaka incomings, top work as always, mate. He quote tweeted it, said, "Yep, should still be an exciting few weeks." So we might be in for more players. Now I was talking about this earlier on Twitter, saying that, another midfielder would be ideal. Another midfielder would be nice, in my opinion. Because if you really think about it, as much as we're kind of stacked, I don't think Freddie Potts is going to get any game time. Now, George Earthy got game time. Will he play a part? Listen, I would like another left back, but I don't know whether that's going to happen or not. Duran and Fofana would be mad, and this is also a thing. We could only really include 25 players. So who the fuck else is coming in? Because there's got to be one in for one out. So I think it's depending on outgoings. I would like Souček to leave. I would like Maxwell Cornet to leave. As much as I wanted Maxwell Cornet to redeem himself, there is no space for him. Guilherme is there. Guilherme is one that is getting 3 minutes at the end of a game. So he's like fifth choice winger. Also, Danny Ings won't get any game time. George Earthy is ahead of a lot of senior players. George Earthy might have a part to play, but he also might go out on loan. If he goes out on loan, you've got to trust it, because he's going to get probably a big loan. And they have to play him, because otherwise they're wasting talent. George Earthy is a talented player, a talented, creative player. And guess what? He played in this position today, not on the left. which was also very nice to see, guys. But I just realized Wan-Bissaka's a here we go. Should we watch a Wan-Bissaka comp? That seems to be the theme now started on this channel is comps after we signed them on a here we go. A Wan-Bissaka comp, anyone? Oh man, but getting more business done, I don't mind. But I'm very curious into what, because I haven't heard anything. I haven't even seen a rumor. I haven't even seen a rumor in who we might sign at this moment in time. I've not seen one. I've not seen one. So I'm very interested to see who we're going to go after. What positions do you think we're going to address people? Do you think it would be... You don't want a Wan-Bissaka Cup, David? Ah, man. This is class, man. Ah, man. But I think I might play one. Just in case. Because the thing is with Wan-Bissaka comps, they're very deceiving to how the players mainly perceived. Because I was debating with a lot of people. I was debating with a couple of people on Twitter about his attacking abilities. Now, at times, as you heard Flawless say on this channel, the guy is a bit of a cone. He's a bit of a cone in possession. However, has he ever had a proper coach with him? No. So maybe Lopetegui could get more out of him than we see. I don't think we will. I think if you switch it up a little bit tactically and I'll allow Wan-Bissaka to have less things going forward and just, just stay at the back, just stay in a 3 in possession and just allow Bowen maybe to just stay on his own and try and create on the touchline, then yes, maybe it could work. And I do think in the bigger games, Wan-Bissaka will help us a lot. The big 6 games especially. And even games like Aston Villa. Because that's going to be tough, coming up against the Morgan Rogers. Like, Sufal can't handle a Morgan Rogers. He can't handle a Martinelli. Martinelli's dunked on him for the past few years. He can't handle a Trossard. He can't handle a Mitoma. Like, he can't handle anyone. Not 1v1. Now I give the transfer to 8 out of 10. We should sign Duran next. I don't know if we're going to sign Duran. But transfer window, definitely, I'm going to up it to a 9. I'm going to up it to a 9 as we have addressed nearly every position that we need to address. What would make it a 10? Outgoings that need to happen. And I would say maybe another midfielder, a left back as well. That would make it a real 10 out of 10 for me. And then I'd be fine. And then I couldn't complain about literally anything. I'm going to give you my honest opinion on every signing. Like, Guilherme is a good young player that will, as I said when we signed him, will play more of a part when Paquetá or Kudus leave, mainly when Kudus leaves, because of the type of player that he is. Somerville's a fantastic signing. Fulkirk is a great signing. It's just given the circumstances of the age of strikers that we had, it was a bit of a risk, but it was lower than it was being touted as, so fuck it. Max Kilman has his weaknesses, but also has his strengths. Overall, I'm happy with the signing, but he does also have weaknesses as well. We must admit. And Wan-Bissaka is the same. He has his weaknesses, he has his strengths. Whether he suits the system or not, I'm not too sure. But as you said in the comments, David, I will watch the James Lawrence Olcott video and I'll hear him out on what he's got for us in terms of that. Max Kilman, by the way, was absolutely sensational today. Him, Rodriguez, Paquetá and Kudus today, all 4 of them were the main guys today. You're seeing Paquetá back. Remember, guys, Moyes played this guy off the left. He played him off the left. Wait, what was I spitting facts about once again, Damien? What was I once again spitting facts about? Specify. Because, big up, Damien, bruv. But we've got this guy in his position, with Kilman. Yeah. Rodders will be class. I agree. That's the thing as well. I was just very happy that we had midfielders today that were coming to receive the ball off the back line. 6'3" left-footed centre back. No spitting, please. Did I spit? Oh right, I was spitting facts, right. Todibo. I know you're gassed, especially. I can see another four signings, bro. If we sign another four players, that's crazy. But it depends on upon outgoings. Yes, that would make a lot more sense. Would love to have another centre back. Oh, if we had another centre back, oh again, you need to learn Chinese, my friend. If we have another centre back, then again, you must learn Chinese, Arabic, learn the American accent. You must learn Australian accent. You must learn Indonesian, my friend. You must learn whatever they speak in Dubai. You must learn what other country, what other languages should again learn if another centre back signs. Um, would love to have another centre back. No, I will not allow it again until he proves me wrong. He's got to prove me otherwise, Damien. But you've got to take too long with the ball. Italian, man said Italian. So no, no chance, no chance, no chance. He probably already knows Spanish. He's Moroccan. Would love to another centre back. Danso or Sola, yeah, the centre mid. 30, I'm assuming that's the right back. Fafana, yep, and Duran, 10 out of 10 all day long. I mean, yeah, now we're living in dreamland, we'll see. Now we're living in dreamland, bro. Listen, Sola would be oh so late. I forgot. Yeah, so late the Salzburg guy. Sole and Sola. I've heard good thing about Sole. That would be good. I don't want us to sign Sole and Sola because I'll get them too confused. Loving the Kilman shout out. Yeah, bro, like he was my man of the match today. I like him anyway. Obviously, Wolves fans were, popping their boners about him losing in a pre-season game, but they better finish higher than 15th. I said Wolves fans need to allow the chat. They need to allow the chat. After they're losing Neto, you need to allow the chat. Because I used to like, I still like Wolves. I still have nothing against them. But there's a lot of talking for pre-season. Same with Crystal Palace. You need to actually win something of note. And with Max Kilman, he has his weaknesses, he has his strengths. Will he get one of my things with him is he going to get beat down the channel sometimes? Maybe. But today he also assured me that there's going to be times, especially in the four at the back, where we're quite structured and there's going to be cover after him, that he's not going to get beat 1v1 all the time. He had Borja Iglesias today. Now, Borja Iglesias is slow as fuck. But who cares? You still got to handle these slow strikers. Slow strikers that won't breeze you, that will have to lay it off to another defender. You can't allow the layoff to happen. And that's what Max Kilman did. And I thought he was great with the ball as well. Like, do you know what as well? A lot of the times we probably are forcing the switch ball a lot, like probably too much. And I've seen that from the pre-season game, if I was to say a negative about this style of play. But however, with Max Kilman, he knows how to long ball it accurately. I've not seen that in years. A long ball that actually goes to the player. Who would have thought it? The lack of technical, the technical level throughout the second half did go down, but that's also because Paquetá went off. Obviously, Kudus went off at the end. But that first half of Paquetá, Kudus, Bowen, and Antonio linking up, and yes, I'm putting Antonio in the technical aspect, even though he isn't the best technically. He played a great part. Once again, obviously he didn't get a lot of the ball, but however, he can still play a part. I still would start Fulkirk, but I think we overplayed, but it was a friendly. If we are dominating the ball, Soucek cannot be on the pitch. Agreed, my friend. I think in big games, obviously, I understand your argument to have him in for the physical aspect. Antonio. We don't have to. No, we don't have to, Lee. We don't have to do anything. Our technical director said at the start of the transfer window that we don't have to sell to buy. So that's why we're buying all these players. And also, we haven't actually spent as much money as people think, if you really think about it. Because we don't have to pay the Todibo money till next season. The Fulkirk money was less. We got Wan-Bissaka for 15 million. Fotheringham was on a free, of course. Guilherme and Kilman were the only semi-big ones. Pause. Antonio did do well. I love Antonio. If anyone knows me, I'm an Antonio fan. I'll always be an Antonio fan. And I would still start Fulkirk. However, Antonio can still start games. It just won't have to be week in, week out because we don't need to run him into the ground anymore because we have a manager with a brain. Well, like obviously there were times where Antonio was down the channel, and uh, there could have been someone in the box where we needed him. But yeah, to be fair, if you're thinking about like just integrating Fulkirk in, I hear that. I wouldn't mind. Listen, I love Antonio, so we overplayed. We could have got to him anytime, but it was a friendly. His hold up play was better than Fulkirk's. The thing is, Fulkirk. Listen, it's been one. It's one game. It's one game, but he barely got the ball. First time playing with the team, you got the ball like 2 or 3 times. But listen, I'm gonna give him time. I always give people time when they haven't played in the Premier League before, but I want to start Fulkirk and see what he's about. However, I wouldn't mind starting Antonio for 60 minutes, as you said. So either way, it's fine. As long as Danny Ings doesn't start, that's fine by me. But no offense to Danny Ings, I just don't think he will suit, how we're playing. Which one of our players goes into my dream team? Well, you talk about FPL. You talking about FPL, bro? Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Listen, I love Antonio. I wouldn't start him week in, week out this season, but to start off with, I don't mind who starts up front. Like I can see it from both sides. You start Fulkirk to maybe integrate him in quicker, or you start Antonio and integrate Fulkirk from the bench first, and then maybe integrate him into the starting 11. But we've got good competition now. We've got really good competition there. Oh yes, FPL. Okay, I would say start Bowen. I think Bowen's the safest option. If you're going to pick a West Ham player, then definitely Bowen, because Bowen's got because FPL. What's it called? In FPL, it's all about goals and assists. It's purely stats. Like football isn't about that, but FPL, you start Bowen. Like that man is, yeah. I thought that was a good balance of minutes. Yeah, do you know what? Obviously, Lopetegui needed to start. We needed to play people longer than 45 minutes now that we're getting to the back end of preseason, starting the season and stuff. So it made more sense, didn't it? It's only a game a week. I'm happy they high five today. Yeah, as well. Like, do you know what's great? As much as we wanted Europe, of course, we want Europe every season, ideally, in an ideal world. But he has more time to work on the training ground. One game a week. More time to improve the football and stuff like that. Do I think we're slightly underprepared in terms of friendlies? I think we could have had a couple more friendlies, don't get me wrong. But I get it. I also don't mind because we had a 1 week break between pretty much all of our friendlies, so nobody really got injured or overplayed. But I don't imagine the manager would have overplayed anyone throughout the preseason games anyway. But I am overall kind of happy. I'd say kind of happy with the squad. I'd say, especially with the new signings now, it's really improved it. I'm just thinking about a lot of players that I don't particularly like. Suchek shouldn't have played today, but it was a friendly. In games we are dominating that much, Pakistan needs to play centre mid. He was bouncing off their midfielders. I completely agree with you, my friend. And that left foot was waiting to unlock doors. Oh, bro. Guys, you saw the goals today. If we see any of that in the Prem, we're gassed. We're so gassed. We don't see many. We don't see many team goals, do we? Because we saw the Sheffield United game last season where we scored that team goal. Other than that, I haven't really seen many team goals at this club. I think we're going to see more of that this season. I would like to see more of that. I think, especially in teams that are stubborn, Paquetá has to play deeper. Get Kudus right in the middle. Get Somerville and Bowen running at them. But obviously, in the bigger games, you play Alvarez and Rodriguez and fully fit. And we're fully fit players. Curious to see how Freddie Potts gets any sort of game time if he's not going to play today. I think he's going to be loaned out again because clearly there isn't any room for him. But he's probably not too impressed with him in preseason and probably doesn't think he's fully there. However, I was impressed with him beyond the Palace game. So that would be a shame for him. But you never know, man. You never know. I'm quite happy with the options that we have. What I like as well, um, is that we can switch it up with the profiles of players that we have. Um, the Guilhermes will be used in certain games. We will need Somerville in quite a few games, in my opinion, to run at them. Uh, Bowen down the right wing. It's just Bowen. Need I say any more about King Jared Bowen? Need I say any more? It is Jared Bowen. That is all I need to say. And Mohamed Kudus is the young magician that he is. Uh, I don't think that's a bad thing. Move them up in the league slowly. They are still young. Yeah, I don't see any problem with it. I think if he's not going to play in the squad, give him a championship loan. And he did well against Wickham. He did well against. I mean, he did well for Wickham. So yeah, who was captain today? It was Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen is probably going to be our captain. So put your thoughts in that in the comments. Somerville against stubborn teams. Yeah. Do you know what as well? Like, if people know where Somerville's going to go, but you're not going to stop him. And when Somerville came on, he was another player that wasn't really given the ball much, I'd say. Unfortunately, he had to play with number 3 behind him. But he was already like getting it when it came to the football. Like the wingers putting the ball over the top in narrow spaces to the other wingers. He's already getting it. And his creative aspects will probably go under the radar. A lot of people are going to think of him as just a 1v1 guy that scores goals, but he's more than that. He's more than that. So I'm happy. I'm happy. I think Lopetegui is just giving people minutes. Like we cannot take preseason with. Well, we must take preseason with a pinch of salt, and we can fully judge when it is Premier League time. Not so necessarily on a manager, but maybe just a couple of his decisions that he might make, the whether we like it or the whether we don't like it, and that goes for tactics, approach to certain individual games and certain lineups as well. But he is going to have to analyze the squad by the end of the season as well and see who is good enough for the next level for West Ham. The way I see it is that we will take a while to really gel together, but you can see the patches and the outline of what we are trying to do and the blueprint. And then he will analyze the squad and think, this guy won't be good enough for this. This guy won't be good enough for this. We need this guy. We need this profile of player. And then Tim Steidten will provide him another dish of beautiful summer transfers. I did go today. The thing is, I had to watch some of the goals back because it looked good from my perspective. But I was on row 2, so I was quite like steep with the vision of stuff. So I could see the football going on, but I actually kind of wish I bought a ticket where I was sitting slightly higher up. But I just wanted to be really close to the game today. But I was in row 2. Yes, as George says, please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. But yeah, I did go today. I know a lot of people didn't want to go, but there was actually more people than I thought. There was just no one on the upper end throughout a couple of the stands. But we are winning the transfer window. It's fair to say that we take the transfer crown in this window, in the summer transfer window. I think that's completely fair to say. And I think what we should do, guys, to celebrate one of the transfers is watch a comp. Fuck it, why not? Why not? We might as well watch a comp. And we know who we're going to watch today. We're going to watch Wan-Bissaka. The Welcome to West Ham comp. Fuck it, why not? And I'll read out your comments without putting them up because obviously that's how I can watch the comp and have your comment on at the same time. We could have smashed them 5-0. That's without Todibo and Wan-Bissaka coming. AWP. Get the comp on. Yes, Charlie. Do you know what, Damien, as well? Like, I actually think we were considerably better than them as a team overall for especially the first 60 minutes, especially. Because the goals we conceded was just due to very small individual, not even mistakes, but slight errors, ever so slight errors. I would say Sufo reacted similar to, number 5. He doesn't deserve the name. Number 5 reacted similar to how he did against Crystal Palace when the cross came in that game as well. It was slightly erratic. And for the second goal, I still need to watch it back, but again, was taking too long on the ball. I don't know if anyone else was at fault for the second part of that goal, but let me know in the comments. But yeah, I do believe it was taking too long. I think that's when the time where you clear the ball. I get being a ball playing centre back, but sometimes he does has those moments where he overdoes it. And listen, I'm being fair. I'm trying to be as fair as possible. I'm being as fair as possible. I'd be happy with Wan-Bissaka staying back, Emerson bombing forward, and Paquetá playing across the front line. Yeah, I think if you play Paquetá just behind the front line, I think that's fine. So I believe if we could switch it up tactically and just have Wan-Bissaka staying there, he doesn't have to go forward. But unless the manager wants him to. And Sufa was playing a lot on the inside and a lot on the inside today, but he doesn't really have the intelligence to make the third man runs to support Jared Bowen. So, um, you want me to commentate over these clips, Johnny? Yes, Damien, I agree. Selection in midfield is everything. The reason why I put these comps on as well is just to show you, man, just to celebrate. Paquetá could have played as an 8 today. I agree, man. I wanted to see him as an 8, but he was majestic in the 10. But yeah, I would have liked to see him in the 8 because I prefer him in the 8, like especially against these kind of teams, kind of teams that were playing 3 in the back at times. But Wan-Bissaka, obviously, we know what he's good at, and to be honest, we don't really need to put a comp of Wan-Bissaka on because he's a Premier League proven player. We've watched him for years, but it's this kind of stuff that I like from him. These are the strengths that I'm all ears for. I'm all ears for those kind of strengths, winning the ball. Simple as that. And you know what, guys? Sometimes football is just simple. Defenders defend. So if he's just going to be used, just simply as a defender, then we've got a gem. And 15 million, whether he flops or does extremely well, 15 million is not that bad. So I will say that as well. Can he play out from the back as good? We will see. Because sometimes he shows moments of doing that. Like under pressure, sometimes he will show moments of playing well under pressure, but there's going to be moments where he doesn't do well under pressure. He's not going to be perfect. He will show his mistakes and he will show his highs. I'd put it this way as well. Yeah, he's doing it there, but that's what I mean. This is a comp. He will show it in moments where he's really good at it, and he will show it in moments where he's really bad at it. That's what I'm saying. Like he will show moments like that cute little nutmeg there. This clip's from 5 years ago. He doesn't put crosses like this anymore. But I want to see him going forward. I think my only hope with him going forward is the fact that he's working with a coach now. He's working with a coach. At Man United, he didn't work with a coach. He worked with Ten Hag and Solskjaer as the proper managers. They're not good managers. They're not good coaches. So you're working under Lopetegui now. So let's see you. People were trolling when we signed Emerson. He's turned into one of our best players. I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka will do well for us. Do you know what, Charlie? I made a video on this a long time ago. I was wrong about Emerson. I was one of the people that didn't like the signing. And then I asked my Chelsea friend what he thought. And he was like to me, he's actually not that bad. He was just second choice for us because the other left backs that were better than him. And that's completely fair. But I was very uninspired. But however, I was completely wrong about Emerson. And I love Emerson. Fair enough, you knew Emerson would be good. Fair enough. Big up, Carl. Big up to yourself. Thank you. I always look cool, don't I? But I'm the coolest person on earth. For anyone that doesn't get sarcasm, there you are. That's exactly what happened to Emerson. Yep. He was just second choice in the end. I was just uninspired. But I ended up wanting him to play over Cresswell every game, and it took him until the Conference League final for him to prove that, Moyes is fucking stupid. Who played at left back ahead of Emerson at Chelsea? Chilwell. To be fair, Chilwell did well at the 3 at the back. Sarri signed him. I remember him playing a bit under Sarri. I don't remember who was left back then. I don't remember the other left back options in 18-19 and 17-18, but he didn't do too good under Sarri, from what I remember, but Chilwell played over him in the lockdown seasons. under Tuchel. And they had another left back, I'm pretty sure, but I forgot who it was. Um, but Chilwell was actually good then because it was three at the back. When Chilwell plays in four at the back, you can see he's fucking awful. That's another man that's not going to fit into Maresca's system, you know. But listen, Wan-Bissaka can prove me wrong. I will. Like, if you guys don't think I'm not going to say that I'm wrong when I'm wrong, I am a man who's the opposite. I'm a man who will always say that I'm wrong if I'm wrong. I literally said it about Emerson. uh, who else was I wrong about that West Ham side? Well, as of recently, no one. But I don't know. Was it Aspi? No. Do you know what? Aspi wasn't playing at left back then. He was playing left back more under Mourinho. How was the game? Yeah, Joe, I enjoyed the first 60 minutes until a couple bozos played together. No names, but other than that, I really enjoyed watching Paquetá and Kudus be the majestic footballers that they are. Listen, I hope Aaron Wan-Bissaka is going to be sick because, well, we're signing him. But listen, this guy used to be a winger, so you never know. Like, I'm not even expecting like mad crosses or anything. I'm just expecting the basics. Just the bar is low. The bar shouldn't be Sufal, but the bar is low. What I will say is a significant upgrade on what we have, and it's a significant upgrade on what we had last season. So it's probably one of the biggest upgrades I've seen at West Ham in terms of addressing a position from Ben Johnson and Sufal to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. That's not even a debate. He's the best 1v1 defending right back in the world as well. I agree with that for sure. Like below him, I'm thinking at his best, probably Reece James. He's not better than Wan-Bissaka 1v1, but he's terrific 1v1 defensively. Reece James, fantastic player. As much as I hate Chelsea. I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka will do well when he's not being crucified week in, week in, week out. You know, there's going to be less less, not necessarily like match going fan pressure, but there's going to be less pressure in terms of, you know, we have less retarded fans than Man United, so he's going to deal better with that. James is always injured, but I'm just talking like just in general on their abilities. And he's injured today. He literally got injured again, and I know a couple Chelsea fans that wanted him to leave because of the amount of injuries they have, and you can't really blame them because if you got a player that's injury prone that much, then you can't blame them for saying that. You know, they want him to leave. Did Aaron Wan-Bissaka play for Southampton when he was young? No, he came through at Crystal Palace. Yeah, I would have Aaron Wan-Bissaka over Dallo and Mazzarari. Oh, I don't know. Over Dallo, maybe. I think Dallo hasn't shown enough consistency, and I think he's a bit of a bozo defensively. So he can be at times, but he can show moments of good attacking ability. But he'll be if in a very open side. You don't really want Diogo Dallo. Mazzarari, I like Mazzarari. He would have been ideal for me, but he's also injury prone. So we're kind of getting someone who's going to be available more. So you get what you get, really. If we get the Crystal Palace Aaron Wan-Bissaka, we will be laughing. I think we will, you know. To be fair, I actually think we'll get the Aaron Wan-Bissaka that. And do you know what? I'll be fair to. Well, I want to be fair with Aaron Wan-Bissaka as well. As I said, he played under Solskjaer, and he played under Ten Hag. He played in a very unstructured Man United team. He was even playing left back at times, and he held his own at left back. To be fair, and under Solskjaer, Man United were just playing off moments. Man United were playing Rashford scoring goals here and there, Bruno Fernandes putting the ball over the top here and there, but they were all playing in moments. None of them were consistent under Solskjaer because it's Solskjaer. But I also think a lot of those players that at Man United were heavily overrated. Which one of you shameless motherfuckers are going to call Wan-Bissaka Spider-Man Bissaka like Man United fans did when they signed him? Which one of you shameless motherfuckers is going to call him Spider-Man Bissaka? Ten Hag has made some ballers look awful. Proper bald bozo, yeah. Honestly, I think he's a false image, isn't he? He's a heavy false image where he was meant to come in and play the Ajax football, and he was like, "Well, I haven't got the players to play Ajax football." Well, then command more players, then you bozo. Yeah, bald bozo has definitely got a ring to it, Charlie. Definitely got a ring to it. Do you think Gil Herman could do a job at left back if Emerson is ever out? No, probably not. Probably not, because you still got to be defending 1v1. I think Kilman has more of a chance at doing something at left back than Guilherme. I think I'd honestly rather play Kilman at left back than Cresswell. If Emerson is ever injured, I'd play Kilman in like a 3 in possession with again and Mavra. Well, not Mavropanos anymore. Todibo again and Todibo, or Mavropanos Todibo, whatever. However you want to structure it in possession, and yeah, yeah, and in possession, he even went quite forward with the ball a lot today. Like the guy played futsal before he went to Maidenhead, so he's already quite cultured and knows knows the stuff on the ball. And even the little stuff he was doing on the ball today, he's good under pressure with the ball. It's just one you've got to work on a little bit of your passing, the short passing, and then we're good. Because in what's it called? In the Premier League, those are going to convert into turnovers where teams are going to score goals. Alexandro, you want Alexandro? I swear he's on a free, isn't he? That's the thing. Like, fuck it, get him. if his wages are not mad, we can probably get him. But yeah, I just don't want to see Aaron Cresswell. Claret and Booze was saying something yesterday about the Guilherme transfer. He was saying it's like 5 million. Where did he get that from? Where did he get that from? I'm curious. Again, was trying to show off. I think again. Oh, you're saying Guilherme at left back is like would be like Alexandra. Do you know what? I don't know. I just wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't risk it. I'd rather play someone like Kilman there. I wouldn't risk it on a young kid, you know? Or I would rather play Ollie Skulls. I would rather play Ollie Skulls than Aaron Cresswell. I'd rather play Kilman there. Oh, you was joking. Oh, you was joking about this. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, sometimes it's really hard to gauge things. But yeah, no, I know what you're saying. But yeah, I'd rather play like a Ollie Skulls or Max Kilman at left back rather than if a Cresswell was to come in, you know? Like, but let's hope Emerson doesn't get injured. There's also one game a week. Listen. I think he's the next up. He definitely needs a loan. Definitely. I think we need to get him I think he can do a job in League One. I think get him a League One loan. Get him to Wickham. Get him to Wickham. They do well with our youngsters. Get him to Wickham. Just loan every player we have to Wickham. Yes, Charlie. I agree. I agree, bro. I agree. I don't want to see the ugly. I don't want to see number 3 and number 5 play. I'd rather Wan-Bissaka than Sufal any day of the week. Rather Emerson over Cresswell, obviously. I think these are very obvious statements. And also, don't know who else. Who else would I not? I'm not going to address the players I don't like by their name anymore, like number 28, number 3, and number 5. They for the time being they will be addressed as their numbers. The reason why I'm not going to do it with again is because fuck it, new manager. They want to turn him around. I'll give him another chance, but you're on thin ice, in my opinion. You're on thin ice. I will be watching Mavropanos closely because I think he has some unearthed potential in terms of playing on the ball. Because I think he's proven that he's a good defender. 8 for me. Fair enough. Whack. Bit sunny in it. Yeah, I know. But yeah, the glasses have to come out, Jonathan. The glasses have to come out because this is a day of celebrating, bro. This is a day of celebrating, good defenders joining our club. Our Wan-Bissaka and Todibo, But that's a good duo to sign 2 days in a row. Duo, I hear what you're saying. I hear that. I do hear that. But he has no excuses. He has no excuses this season. However, he's not even going to be starting that much either. And the thing, you can tell that someone like again or Mavropanos will be frustrated next season due to maybe the lack of game time that they're probably going to get. Hypothetically, if Kilman and Todibo do really well together, And they'll probably complain about their playing time. But listen, everyone's going to complain about their playing time if they don't play because they want to start. But anyway, let's get Sancho just because. You know what? That's my hear me out signing. That is my hear me out signing. Like, in terms of combinations, yeah, that man is a combination player. That is a man who has been robbed of playing with a coach. Like we were saying for Wan-Bissaka, he's been like his penalty was terrible today. Don't get me wrong. I'm not excusing that, but that man is robbed um of having a combinations with any player. Name me a man he could combine with at Man United, and don't say Bruno Fernandes because that man is not a combination player. That man is a volume player. You see, if Sancho was with Paquetá and Kudus, man, and with Bowen and with even with Emerson, I think he could work, and he can work with a target man. What's the backstory behind this, Jonathan? What's the backstory? Do you think he can link up with Bowen and Paquetá today? Oh yes, that you see that first goal that was it the first goal or the second goal? The Paquetá goal that we scored today. Sancho, that's literally Sancho ball. That is Sancho ball right there. That is stuff that he thrives at. That would be my hear me out signing. Obviously, we wouldn't probably be able to get him because as we've seen, Man United doing business with Man United is absolutely fucking awful. Um, and I hate it, and it takes too long. And we actually got this one over the line for once. But come on, that guy's a baller. He does well away from Man United because it's Man United. Man United will heap an environment on you. Man United are the Grim Reaper of killing ballers, as I like to say. They kill actual footballers at this club. At this club that we have seen for the past 10 years since Ferguson left, they kill footballers. They kill them. You see, if you're a pure footballer, you get killed. I didn't like the treatment that Paul Pogba got in this country because I see a lot of players do the same things that and have worse performances than Paul Pogba did and haven't reached some of the highs that Paul Pogba did, and they get treated with um you know higher praise than Paul Pogba ever did. But it was because Paul Pogba liked to change his hair sometimes and he was £100 million player. So I would never disrespect. I would never really disrespect Pogba. I think criticism was always due. But yeah, I think he had a poor season and wanted to move. Wanted to move. What am I even talking about? I think he had a poor season and wanted to move. Fair enough. Like I don't know the backstory. I think a lot of these fans seem to give him the good send off, but that is Twitter. So I don't know about real life whether they're just happy to see him go. But I will look into that. I will look into that. Mike's, who do you think will play alongside Max? Todibo again, man. It would be Todibo, bro. Todibo's probably because he's the main. He's almost like what's the signing when you sign a main player? I forgot what the term is. The marquee. I think he's almost a marquee signing. Pog boom. Yup. See, Damien, you agree. Look what Pogba was like at Juve when he was young. Bro, that was when like football was football, man. That was the last of football being football, where we had ballers to watch and that diamond formation sometimes. And that man was robbed of a good career. I don't know what the thing is behind that doping stuff. Maybe he was doping, maybe he wasn't. But you see, he wasted his prime years at Man United, man. And listen, hindsight is a wonderful thing. But you see, Mourinho and Pogba, I actually rate them very highly, and I think they both get maybe disrespected a bit too much. But they just didn't suit each other, man. They didn't suit each other. You either back Mourinho or you back Paul Pogba in that situation. They didn't do either. They just waited until the it all crashed and burned. That's what Man United did. That's what Man United do, man. And with Pogba, with players like Sancho, you don't go to Manchester United. Oh, don't remind me. Don't remind me, Fuego. Don't remind me. Do not remind me. Do you know what? He wasn't doing bad in that first half, and then all of a sudden, second half, that man just lost it. United ruined Pogba. He was a baller when he came back from the lockdown, exactly. You know what's funny as well? They played him on the left, and he was still better than any of their midfielders. Like, justice for Pogba. Because you know when we talk about £100 million players getting treated harshly, that man was treated so harsh. There's not many players that have been signed since for big money in the Premier League that are big midfielders that with big price tags that have done anything to the highest that Paul Pogba was when he was at Manchester United. The problem with Manchester United is that people are going to say that the people that defend Pogba when they say this are making a loss of excuses. But Paul Pogba never played with a balanced midfield apart from the time where he played with Matic and Herrera, where he had another controller and another ball winner next to him. The typical thing with when playing alongside Paul Pogba, you sign a runner and you sign a ball winner, and you sign someone on the wings that he can link up with. And if you have runners in behind, he will find you. Now, people are going to be like, "Oh, I bet you think it's because he plays for France that you're justifying it." Did you not see him at France, mate? You know, when you actually have actual good players, you know, when you can play with good players, it ups your level. It ups your level. You do better with better players. Paul Pogba was always a class footballer. Man United ruined him like they do every player. Has Pogba got a 5-year ban? I think it is a 5. Yeah, I think it's 5 years. Doku is so bad. Savio looks really good though. Doku is one of them players where he'll give you either a 10 out of 10 or a 0 out of 10. He did like one good 1v1 today from what I saw. The nutmeg against Dallo. And we're going to see the true Doku this season because, again, one season in the Premier League, you let them settle in my opinion, and then you see the true guy. Grealish was signed for the same price, and no one's saying anything about him. If his name was Paul Smith, he would have been the face of the Premier League. Do you know what, as well with Grealish? Like, with Grealish, he had a bad season last season. And and listen, I like Grealish as well. But you're right, Jonathan. He isn't getting the same as the way Paul Pogba was being put out as. And you should never, like, when we talk about worst Premier League signings, he doesn't make top 10. Like, people talk about Pogba in those lists. No. Especially if you're specifically talking about big money flops that went to big six clubs. Paul Pogba's nowhere near that. Mudryk is there. No, in fact, no, Jonathan, by the way, I'm not going at you for the sake of it, but Kepa and like Lukaku and like I think Szoboszlai will be up there soon. I think Darwin Núñez will be up there soon from Liverpool. I think they're going to be tutted up there. You know, those kind of players. Put some big name flops in the comments. They're probably worse than Pogba. Like, Pogba was so mistreated. Like, Man United fans as well. Do you remember when Pogba did this at the Man United fans? There's a reason. Because Man United fans, what they typically do, even the match-going ones, they actually usually get behind the managers and players sometimes. But with Maguire, they booed him a bit. But with Pogba, they went at him. Oh, yep, Joe put him in there. Yeah, Lukaku is definitely there. That man went to Chelsea and then was like, "Can I move back to Inter Milan, please? I miss Lautaro Martinez," and he fucked his career for it. He wasted everyone's time. He wasted literally even neutral's time. He wasted my time, and I don't care. I don't care about him, and he wasted my time. Oh, Jonathan, they so ruined Juan Mata. That man is another pure footballer that they killed off. Oh shit. I nearly logged out. Yeah, Mudryk, yeah. Oh man, I see nothing in that guy, man. I see nothing in him. Like, listen, Pedro Neto is a significant upgrade. Significant. That's one of the biggest upgrades you can make. He's up there, by the way. He's up there for me. They ruined Di Maria as well. They ruined Di Maria. Well, they didn't ruin him. Di Maria had his worst stint at Man United. Again, pure footballer, get ruined at Man United. Van Gaal was like, if you're a winger, you're either a wing back or a striker. But he played him number 10 at times. But come on, man. Van Gaal had something, but that one he fucked up. Bro, if City got Juan Mata, he would have. Oh man, Juan Mata, David Silva, and Yaya Toure, and Aguero, and even Nasri at times. Oh man, what that would have been a significant. Like, obviously they didn't need him, but that would have been so good for his career, man. proper Spanish football, just playing it about, keeping the ball. You're not getting the ball off them if you've got Juan Mata and David Silva in your team, man. Like he would, like Juan Mata's a pure number 10. You're not gonna even find a player that's as good as him nowadays. Like not in the Prem, not in the Prem. Outside of Manchester City, you don't really have them number 10 pure footballers like Juan Mata was. That guy was a magician. That guy was ridiculous. And in the game today, like I saw some great things. I saw more positives than negatives. The reason why I was so frustrating at the end was because I wanted the new signings to get the ball a lot more, so I could see more of them. Like I can't really judge some of them on full quick too much on today. I can't really. Well, Guilherme got like 3 minutes. I can't really judge him too much. Rodriguez got a lot of the ball and he impressed me. Like it was nice to see. We don't have to wait so long to include new signings in as well. Yeah, Nicola Pepe was weird, man. That was a weird one. Yeah, Kepa's up there. Nicola Pepe was weird. That was a weird signing. Like there was a player there, but he did not suit the Premier League. Because it's one of them players, one of the wingers that like they can control the ball, but they're not significantly great 1v1, and then not got the significantly great burst of pace. The thing is, I think he was actually quite mistreated by Arteta for the back end of it. It's not like they've got a backup right winger now. Like at times, if Nicola Pepe could have jumped in for a game or two, like it is what it is, man. Again, Manu probably wasn't used properly. In my opinion. But that's another one of them footballers that they struggle in this type of league. It's like Ziyech. Ziyech is another one. Ziyech was a free signing, I think. Was Ziyech a free signing? But yeah, I know you're comparing it to Ziyech. Like Ziyech with he's that type of player as well, where it's like he's got a good diagonal on him. But when he's on the wide right, I saw him more as a central number 10 type of player. Yeah, so he wasn't. Yeah, like so in the end, yeah, that wasn't that bad. But with Ziyech, he had a strike on him. He had some form of ability to strike the ball properly and create. But at the end of the day, 1v1, nah, you're not really getting anything from him. The LeBron James of soccer, but Pulisic, bruv. Yeah, do you know what the thing is? Pulisic had his moments, man. I wouldn't put him in that list. I think there were worse players than Pulisic. But he had his moments, and he was just too injury prone as well. Like sometimes he would have his moments of really good stuff and moments of really bad stuff. I wouldn't call him a bum. I wouldn't call him great. He's just there. For me, he was just there. I don't really have too much to say about him. So, the phenom guy, the LeBron James of soccer, like, yeah, that video was mad. You can't. How can you call him that? Oh man. But that's what I mean with flops in the Premier League. Like sometimes all of it is context. Sometimes it's not just a player. Sometimes it's the sake of maybe they're not being used right. Sometimes it's the sake of the wrong manager for the wrong time. So it takes the circumstances, or you're in the wrong environment in terms of like area, and you're not being able to settle in. And sometimes it is just because you're fucking shit. Liverpool version of Cameron, Darwin Núñez. Do you know what? In the end, we might have to put him up there because I hate the chaos baller narrative. And what I mean by chaos baller narrative is when they create so much chaos and they have their moment of madness, but for the most part, you're missing chances, mate. Remember Bebe or Beto? I don't know what his name is. Alex Ferguson put him in. Yeah, Bebe. It was Bebe. Beto's the guy who plays for Everton. Yeah, Bebe was mad. He actually ended up having a good career at the end. I'm pretty sure he was playing in AFCON, but at Man United, I don't know. Ferguson smoked crack at times. Like, the times where he smoked crack with them certain moments, he would sign some random geezer and just put him into the Man United squad, and he was just so out of his depth. I don't think they'll be up there in terms of flop. Maybe Gakpo, but I don't think then again, Luis Diaz is meaty. Again, Luis Diaz, I put him with the Pulisic angle where he's just there, bruv. He has his moments. He has his other moments where he's not that good. He has his moments where he's good. Like that's my thing with it. There's no more news until we get the announcement of Wan-Bissaka, which I will be streaming once again. Or I might just do a video on Wan-Bissaka. I might not do a stream because there's not going to be much to talk about, barring the Wan-Bissaka situation. If we get more news alongside the Wan-Bissaka announcement, I will do a full stream like I've done today. But uh, if not, then I'm just going to do a pre-recorded video. He was shit. Like I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like he had a good first season. Don't get me wrong, but that guy was a lazy fucker, and he was so lazy even on the ball, let alone off the ball. Like even at times on the ball, the guy wasn't that good. He just wasn't that good. He wasn't that special for me. But in terms of West Ham flops, he's up there, man. Their whole front line, barring Salah, is stinky. Yeah, like with Jota, he's just injury prone. He's a good player, but he's injury prone. All the others are meaty. Literally all the others are meaty. They needed it. That's why they're going after Gordon. Like they probably won't get him this season though. Do you think your transfer with no business is finished with incomings? So apparently, according to ex-West Ham employee, the transfer window hasn't stopped. Apparently, they want a couple more. I don't know who though. I don't know in what positions, Jonathan. I have no idea. Like I've not even seen a link. So we're gonna find that out in the next couple of days. But for some reason, ex-West Ham employee has been hinting that it's still going to be an exciting couple of weeks. So I'm quite surprised in seeing the fact that we're still in for incomings. My gut feeling is that it's going to be another centre back maybe or a midfielder. I have a gut like I think it's going to be ones where I think the next few signings are going to be opportunistic signings. I still think we're going to watch and keep an eye on the Fofana situation, the use of Fofana situation, like we did for the Todibo situation where we waited a few weeks and the other teams were coming in and then Steiner flew out to convince him to take the project. I think Steiner's going to do the exact same thing. Because AC Milan are in the Juventus situation where they're not paying the money for Fofana. And Man United just have him on the shortlist. So unless he goes to Man United, we're not really that fussed with the Fofana thing. So I still think Fofana could be on the cards. And there's a chance that Soler could be on the cards, the PSG midfielder. He still hasn't completed his move to Sociedad from what I've seen. So he could still be up there. These are my gut feelings. This is my gut feelings. I know nothing. I'm not an ITK. I will never claim to be one. But those are the players I can see us being linked with in the future. Unless we're and the only other one I can see is maybe we try and go back in for Duran after Aston Villa. But he said next few weeks, so maybe we've got a couple deadline day opportunities. I don't know. I'm naming my daughter, next daughter, Tim. If he does carry on, you got every West Ham fan is going to name their kid Tim or just Steiden as their first name. Now that's going to be pretty. You're going to get a whole population of kids in East London being called Tim or Steiden. Simple as that, and it has to be done. It has to be done because Tim deserves it right now, man. Tim deserves it. The guy is doing absolute bits with this squad. And we'll definitely react to the James Lawrence Alcott video. As well, and that will be in the coming days as well. I'm gonna have to record another video talking about Premier League countdown again. Make sure to check out the Nottingham Forest episode that dropped today. I can't remember who I'm talking about for tomorrow, but we're nearly done with the Premier League countdown. As much as I like doing this series, once you get to the end of the series, you can be like, oh, finally I'm done. So I might do a couple of them in advance so that then I can relax on that bit of content. I think we go back in for Duran purely because him and Fulkrug are completely different player types. Yeah, and also not even just because of that, because Duran's agents are going to push for that move even more. And Duran's going to push for it because Duran doesn't want to be at Aston Villa, and Aston Villa don't want to be with Duran right now. They don't. They don't want to be with Duran. Duran doesn't want to be with them. So there you go, man. There you fucking go. I think, unless anything comes up, I'm going to end it there. Let me just check for any news. Let me just check. I'm going to check quickly if there's any news or any new news that Fabrizio may have put. No, nothing from Fabrizio. Oh, okay, yeah, Jonathan, I've just seen that now. All right, let me do it on my Mac. Give me a sec. All right. Who is this? What the fuck? No, I highly doubt that's gonna happen. What the fuck? No way is this gonna happen. Like, I don't know. Like, credit to you if. Oh, what the fuck? Why is the screen so big? Oh wait, no, it's not. It's just my screen. Um, I don't think this is gonna happen, Jonathan. I don't even think we'd be. Well, listen, we were interested. Well, you don't know who he is. Oh wait, oh, you mean the source, right? Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it, bro. Just because I know we were interested in Omicron, but I don't see why we would get a loan signing to help him develop at our club to help you. I don't ever see that happening, and I don't want that to happen. Uh, listen, I've never watched the guy, but he can stay at your club, man. Man said Sky Sports transfer specialist and sports writer. This guy's got to be a parody. I've muted this guy in the past. I've had this guy muted in the past. Yeah, you could. Yeah, that makes sense though. That makes sense. I've muted this guy in the past. So I don't think he's reliable. His cheeks keep him away from our club. I've never watched him. I've just heard bad things, and I've seen a really bad comp. It wasn't a fail comp. It was like every touch that Omicron had, and I was like, I don't know whether we can't fully judge a player on that, but no, that was nuts. Let me just check anything more. So let's say West Ham right now, just in case we have anything breaking right now. And also, if anything does happen, just tell me to check the tweet as well. Tell me to check the tweet because you never know, something might be able to happen. No, everything. So at this current moment in time, we're gonna get the Wan-Bissaka, maybe Epstein's touch cleaner. That's wild. Fucking hell, Charlie. But Wan-Bissaka medical tomorrow and probably the signature, and then we'll get the announcement and business as usual as the week goes on. Uh, I will have a stream on Monday with my mate Alfie at 4 p.m. Previewing the season coming up as well. I don't know if I have any other shows coming up. Fuck knows. But yeah, Zuma. I think Zuma's gone. Well, Zuma's on his way to being gone if he passes the medical in Dubai or whatever. But I mean, I think he was traveling for medical a couple of days ago, and he wasn't in the squad today, so that's pretty much confirmed. Unless he fails his medical, he has to stay with us as an extra centre back. Um, but that's the thing. I can't see him passing his medical, but he's probably going to leave very soon. They want him gone. That's why they went after Todibo. But if they were, I mean, they should have got the Todibo thing done regardless of Zima. But if they were confident in getting the Todibo deal done, I'm assuming that means Zuma's got. He's still traveling. Sure, his knees are just weighing the plane down. His knees are that broken. But make sure to like the video, people. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. The social medias are in the description if you want to follow me and email for the inquiries. I'm on a road to 500 subscribers. We're under 30 away. Also, no, we're under 40 away. Nearly on 30 away. I'm going to end it there. At GVO Mike's on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok as well. And yeah, I will see you guys maybe tomorrow, whenever. I'll see you guys every day, but I don't know when the next stream is going to be. In a bit, bro.